Hey guys, Steve here for Who Took My Dice Miniature Wargaming. How's it going? So I'm continuing on with what I started with yesterday, because on the heels of me putting out the video about sort of the FAQ that Games Workshop has done with the new edition, they released some stats, some stat lines. Let me just bring them up here. So they released some stat lines showing off some Space Marines. It's really, really cool. And I think it did a lot to sort of calm people down a bit on how the stat lines are going to look. Were they going to be like Age of Sigmar, where you just had that circle with the basics? Not at all like that. So I'm going to go through them quickly to show you what's changed and what stayed the same. So for the most part, 95% of it is the same. You still have weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, wounds, attacks, leadership, save. Initiative is gone. That's a big one. However, now at the beginning of it, you have movement. So, for instance, a Space Marine, a tactical Marine, is movement of 6, right? 6-inch movement. That's pretty normal. Weapon skill and ballistic skill have now changed a bit. Instead of having like a number like a weapon skill 4, you actually have a plus number. So, for instance, for a tactical squad, it's a 3+ and a 3+ for both, right? However, they did say that can change depending on what battlefield conditions and other such things. Strength and toughness are still around, so they're still strength and toughness 4, and they still said there will be a comparison for both physical, like close combat and shooting. Still 1 wound, still 1 attack. What's cool, leadership is 7 now, as opposed to 8. That probably has something to do with the way morale works now. Again, I'm not sure how, and they show no fear or fearless and all that stuff works. And the save is still 3+. They also gave us the Dreadnought, which is really cool. There were 4 of them in total. Now, Dreadnought, 6+. I'm just going to bring this closer. Weapon skill, ballistic skill are both 3+. It's fine. Movement, 6 inches, not 3+, sorry. They now have strength and toughness and wounds. Well, they always had strength, but now they have toughness and wounds based on, now that they've gotten rid of the whole armor value. So they're strength 6, toughness 7 with 8 wounds. 4 attacks, leadership 8. Obviously, Dreadnought would be sort of a veteran, obviously, and a 3+ save. So now they have a save now. They did say in the article that there are certain tanks, things like Land Raiders, that could have dozens of wounds. So it will take time to knock them down, according to, something like a Dreadnought, which has 8 wounds, right? Now, it may not last that long as you think. Who knows? I'm not really sure 100% how everything goes. The other one they gave off, really cool one, was Guilliman himself. Now, he has an 8-inch move. Obviously, they want characters to move a bit faster, a bit farther. Weapon skill is 2+. Strength 6, toughness 6, 9 wounds. So he's gone up a couple from where he is right now in his stat line. He has 6 attacks, leadership 10. Obviously, he's the big boss man of the Imperium. And a 2+ save. Now, these are just the basic stat lines. They don't go into any of the gear or anything else that may boost. They also said that stats will not end at 10. There's no cap anymore. Like I just said, they said some tanks could have dozens of wounds. So look for lots of stuff like that. Now, the interesting one was a Terminator squad. They gave stats for that. So they have a 5-inch movement range, which makes sense. If you're, which means combat's probably going to change a little bit. Instead of being able to chase stuff down, it's harder for them to get combat. They're bulkier, right? Which makes sense. Again, 3+, 3+, weapon skill, ballistic skill. Strength and toughness is 4. Now, this is where it gets interesting, and something that I've heard rumors of this many, many times over the years, stretching back to 3rd Ed, when I worked at Games Workshop. Terminators now have 2 wounds. Now, I'm not sure what this means in terms of other veterans. Could Sternguard or Vanguard have it? Who knows? But they have 2 wounds now, which is really cool, which means they have a bit more survivability. I think this also goes to what I said yesterday when I was reading through the Games Workshop article, is they want every single unit to be usable now. Any single unit. And Terminators always had the issue of being really expensive, nice armor, great weapons, but 1 wound. And so when they go down, you lose a lot of points in that. Not so bad now if you're playing like a free play or narrative where it doesn't really matter, but if you're still playing the match play, it still counts. It still matters, right? 2 wounds means they can survive a lot more now. 2 attacks, leadership 8, so obviously they're sort of the veterans, I guess, now, and a 2+ save. So yeah, so those are the stat lines that they released. They actually did say, and I will probably do a video tomorrow, maybe the day after. I'm not sure 100%. Probably Friday. They're going to be releasing like the weapon stat lines today at some point, so keep an eye out for that. But I just want to run over that because it was kind of funny. I uploaded my last video and I looked and boom, stat lines. Well, that's awesome. I got to put that up now. Yeah, so that's the basics for what would be Space Marines. Now, of course, we're still only getting small little glimpses of the full picture that is going to be the new edition. The stat lines pretty much stay the same, which is nice. It keeps the comfort level there for everybody. You're not having the sudden switch like it did with Fantasy Age of Sigmar, where they completely abandoned the old stat line and went for that circle that just had your movement, wounds, courage, and all that. And it looks like they won't be relying on the weapons for the roll to hit and roll to wound. It'll actually still be the characters, right? We'll see what happens with the stat lines for weapons when they come out. I'll throw that up on the Facebook page and the and the Twitter. Yes, I have Twitter now. I'll get that in a minute. But yeah, so that's what I want to talk about. Quick one today. The other thing I wanted to mention is I do have a Twitter account now, and look up Who Took My Dice 1 for that. And I also have a Patreon page. I set one up a while ago, and I keep forgetting about it in my videos. It's very basic right now, but it's my way of hoping, if you want to support the page in a more personal manner, a way for me to help the page grow, the channel grow, I should say. With it, I might be able to, afford better recording equipment than just on my laptop or my iPhone, and get the products that I could show to you guys. I'd love to do some unboxings. I just don't have the resources right now, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you guys wanna help out, you want to support the channel in a far more personal manner, I would appreciate it, and I wouldn't even have the words to say thank you enough, as it means I'm reaching people and that people are actually interested. It'd be really awesome. So just want to say thank you to everybody first off, or last off, I guess to say, for all the support. I was still really kind of shocked when I had that hiatus of like 4 weeks, put a couple of videos, another month, and the channel still was growing a bit. Which I really appreciate. I gotta say thank you to people like Richard at the Nerd Life, my wolf brother Mythos and Freak from Frost and Fist, Nick at Idic Beer 40K. There's a whole bunch of you guys out there. That's all I can think of at the moment. Sorry, but you guys helped me keep this channel growing when I wasn't able to put out content, which I don't even have the words to express the thank you that I need to say to you guys. You guys are awesome. You're fantastic. Everybody who's on this channel, who's been supporting me, who's been liking and sharing with your friends, it means the world to me. So thank you very, very, very much. You guys are awesome. You're fantastic. I love you. I will see you guys in the next video. That's all I want to say for today. So check out the Twitter page. It's new. Check out the Patreon page if you want. No pressure, obviously. But guys, as always, I'll see you next video, and keep rolling those dice.